This morning, concerns over wrong-way drivers back in the spotlight after a freeway crash that happened overnight. Thanks for being with us here at 6 a.m. I'm Evan Irani in for Eric Connert.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol in for Netta Arampour. Now, this crash happened along State Route 67 in Lakeside. CBS 8's Ariana Cohen is live at the CHP office in El Cajon with what happened, as well as the new effort to prevent wrong-way crashes. Good morning, Ariana.
Good morning. Around 11:30 last night, the California Highway Patrol reports a wrong-way driver hit an SUV with 3 people inside. Those 3 people inside the SUV and the driver all went to the hospital. Here's what a witness had to say.
2 got out and 1 had to be cut out with the jaws away.
We just got new details. I spoke with CHP and he tells me that the driver of the SUV had minor injuries. He was 23 years old. The passenger had major injuries and is expected to survive. He was just 18 years old. The other passenger had minor injuries. Now, the wrong way vehicle is a 51-year-old driver from El Cajon. He has minor injuries. He's at a hospital under arrest facing felony DUI charges. This comes right as the county is working to prevent wrong-way crashes like these. Last night, CalTrans crews began wrong-way driving prevention upgrades along a 40-mile stretch of I-8 West ramps in East County. Crews are placing special reflectors along the freeway ramps. Those reflectors will appear red to drivers going in the wrong direction. Crews will be out Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. The reflectors have been proven to work in the past, so hopefully this will prevent wrong-way crashes. Reporting live from the California Highway Patrol in El Cajon, we'll send things back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Ariana, for that update. This morning, neighbors in Kensington are waking up to damaged cars after a suspected DUI driver crashed into them. Take a look at this footage on your screen. Now, this happened around 11:45 last night on Adams Avenue near Talmadge Drive. Witnesses say the driver crashed into at least 5 cars. The driver did stay on scene. He claimed he was distracted by his GPS device. Officers questioned the man, then arrested him on suspicion of DUI. And this morning, a suspect is in custody after hours-long standoff in Rolando. It started around 12:45 yesterday afternoon when police responded to a call of someone being attacked near 50th Street and El Cajon Boulevard. Officers say the armed suspect ran through backyards before breaking into a home on Madeline Street. The residents did make it out safely. The suspect, identified as Tyvon Harrison, finally surrendered peacefully around 9:30 last night. Police say he had 4 outstanding warrants, including 1 active felony warrant for the assault with a firearm.
And this morning, police are investigating after 4 separate shootings sent at least 6 people to local hospitals. They happened over the course of 3 hours on Saturday night. You're looking at the scene from all 4 of them. Let's go through each of those. In Pacific Beach, 3 people were shot in an alley. They are expected to recover. In Mission Beach, a man was hurt in a shooting in the parking lot of the Bahia Resort Hotel. In Otay Mesa West, a man was shot at Silverwing Park. And in Terralta West, a man was shot while walking on 43rd Street. The victims in the last 3 shootings have serious injuries. You're asked to call Crime Stoppers if you have any information on any of these 4 shootings. And today, sentencing is scheduled for a man who inappropriately touched an underage girl at the Christian Youth Theater in El Cajon. Brandon Christian Davis faces up to 3 years in prison. The incident happened back in 2011. At the time, that victim was a 16-year-old girl. The hearing is scheduled for this afternoon. It's at 1:30 p.m. and it'll take place at the Central Courthouse in downtown. And the rape investigation focused on a group of San Diego State football players is now in the hands of the district attorney this morning. The alleged victim, who was 17 at the time, says several Aztec football players raped her last October at an off-campus party. No arrests have been made.
And so they're going to give all that evidence to the district attorney's office, and the district attorney's office is going to have to go through all the evidence, but there will definitely be charges filed against 1 or more of these individuals.
Now, the DA could issue charges within just the next few days or present that evidence to a criminal grand jury in a process that would take about 3 months.
And this morning, a community is remembering former Torrey Pines High School basketball star Nick Herman. After he died over the weekend, this followed a second fight with cancer. Incredible shot there. After missing the 2018 and 2019 season fighting cancer, Herman came back in the 2021 season. You can see the video of him winning that shot against Cathedral Catholic in the San Diego Section Open Division Championship game. What a moment for him and his teammates. After Herman signed to play at Cal State Northridge, his cancer returned. Herman passed Saturday morning at Rady Children's Hospital. He was just 20 years old. And this morning, homeless San Diegans are getting some help. The group's Interfaith Community Service and Neighborhood Healthcare are hosting today's event called Healthcare Day for the Homeless. They will be offering COVID vaccines, blood pressure checks, showers, and other resources. It's happening from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Interfaith Community Services in Escondido, also the location on Washington Avenue.
And this morning, the Inflation Reduction Act is officially headed to the House of Representatives. The Senate approved the mammoth economic package just yesterday, despite strong objection from Republicans.
And Democrats hope they have it ready for President Biden to sign by the end of the week. We have Skylar Henry reports.
The Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the bill, as amended, is passed.
With a tie-breaking vote from Vice President Kamala Harris, Senate Democrats passed the Inflation Reduction Act after a marathon weekend session. Now, the massive economic package heads to the House for a vote as early as Friday.
Our bill reduces inflation, lowers costs, creates millions of manufacturing jobs, enhances our energy security, and is the boldest climate package in U.S. history.
This is a day that will always live as the moment where the United States took over the leadership of the fight to lower the thermostat.
Democrats are hoping the measure will give the party a boost ahead of the midterm elections in November and lift President Biden's approval ratings. After the legislation won Senate approval, the president tweeted that he ran to make government work for working families again, adding that's what this bill does.
Republicans who gave the bill no support in the Senate are describing it as a package of tax hikes and unnecessary spending that could worsen inflation and hurt the economy.
We're in a recession. Why would you be increasing the cost of government, increasing taxes?
Democrats say the bill's green initiatives will provide tax credits to those who buy electric vehicles and for companies that make solar panels and wind turbines. They also argue it will reduce health care costs, especially for seniors, including allowing Medicare to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, one of the things that didn't make it into the spending bill was a price cap on the cost of insulin. A 60-vote threshold was needed to keep the $35 price cap in place for both Medicare and private insurance. The final vote on the provision was 57-43, so the cap will remain for those with Medicare, but not for those with private insurance. And also a Republican amendment involving money for the Title 42 also failed to make the cut in the spending bill. The GOP proposed putting $1 million towards keeping the pandemic-era measure meant to restrict immigration due to COVID-19. Democrats all voted against that amendment, and it was rejected. And we have a beautiful couple of days ahead, right, Evan?
Yeah, it's going to be nice outside. I mean, it was a beautiful weekend that we had already. Some cases record-breaking as far as those temperatures went up toward Orange County. We're kicking off your Monday morning now with some limited visibility. No big surprise along the immediate coastline. We've got that factored in. So you're looking at less than a mile of visibility up in Fallbrook, North Island. So around the Coronado area, we have about 4 miles of visibility, and then less than a mile down south in Imperial Beach. Factor that into your morning commute. If visibility is limited during parts of it, very patchy this morning, well, you do want to take it a bit slower. Let's take a look at your forecast high temperatures along the immediate coastline. Upper 70s, still warm out there. Upper 80s and some low 90s inland. That's where we see the possibility of some of these mountain showers maybe drifting west of the mountains, headed toward your inland valleys. The expectation is low for today, but could pick up for various times this week as that chance of thunderstorms exists over the mountaintops nearly every single day this week. Across the desert, deserts, 106. We've got those partly cloudy skies, and when we say partly cloudy, these are mainly mid-level clouds. So you'll feel the humidity out there. You'll see those cumulus clouds kind of passing through, patchy at times. Temperatures, though, are still going to feel very warm, especially with that humidity value. You can thank this ridge of high pressure that's overhead. It's sending not only that warm air, but also that moisture our way. So we're seeing that opportunity for monsoonal moisture almost every day this week, even into this upcoming weekend. You can see all that green scattered around the screen, and that's going to keep temperatures stagnant as well. That ridge doesn't move around all that much, and that means your forecast highs from now all the way through the upcoming weekend and into early next week stay in the upper 70s along the coast, upper 80s and low 90s inland. Across the mountains, we're mainly factored into the mid 80s, and then those deserts just around 106. Let's talk about what's going on the roads to kick off your Monday morning. As far as traffic goes, we are tracking no major crashes or collisions. You can see how the map is pretty clear beyond just construction. I'll take you down to the Coronado area, some slightly slower speeds once you get over the bridge. You're seeing those down in the single digits for the area in red on your screen. Looks like we're also slightly slower as you get onto some of the major roadways, just in the orange there for some small segments. So you shouldn't run into too many hazards this morning. Again, watch out for that fog in a couple spots of the county along the coast. Just something to factor in as you start off your Monday morning. Marie.
Thanks.